Welcome to the Talk Story portion of Dr. Dean Hawaii. We're sitting on my back deck here in Kailua, Hawaii, and I've asked one of my very favorite people on the planet to join me for a little bit of talk story. Margaret Keegan is a personal hero of mine. She may not know that, no. But that's because she's one of those unsung people who devote their lives in many ways to uplift our small community. There's a Jesuit saying that if you give a child to somebody before 7, you can tell the kind of children you're going to get, the kind of adult you're going to get. There certainly wasn't a day that I didn't drop my child off that I wasn't thankful that he was coming to you for early childhood development and education. All the adults have a saying, sunshine kids. We're proud to have sunshine kids. And I don't know if you even know that the kids themselves have a saying, we're sunshine kids. So you've contributed so much to our little town, and I wanted to thank you very much.
I'm the one that feels privileged that people trusted me to be involved in their children's life and their early education. Mm-hmm. It's such a gift for me. It's my purpose. I get to go to work every day, and I actually get paid for something that I absolutely love doing.
There's a couple of secrets in there. Loving what you're doing is certainly one of them. Okay, we have the Monday morning adrenaline shot. Everybody's been drinking too much coffee. The kids are getting dropped off, and they're getting the vicarious high from their uptight adults. You actually tell me you teach the seedlings. There's the seedlings, the shoots, and the sprouts, or seedlings, sprouts, shoots.
Yes.
3, 4, and 5, respectively. You teach the young ones, the 3-year-old, and you've told me that you actually sequester everybody. You even so much as lock the door once the parents are gone. And then you sit the children down and you guide them in a meditation. I actually would wonder if you would lead us in the kind of meditation that you might lead in one of those hectic Monday morning drop-offs.
I'd love to.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's part of our philosophy with the
Welcome to the Talk Story part of Dr. Dean Hawaii. I'm sitting on the back deck of my home in Kailua, Hawaii, with one of my favorite people on the entire globe, Miss Margaret Keegan. Margaret is one of those unsung heroes, or maybe she doesn't even know how much she is a heroine to many of us. She has raised our children for many people in this community. So many of us being so busy, we have to allow someone else to take care of our children. And there's that Jesuit saying that if you give a child before 7, I can tell you the kind of adult you're going to have. Margaret insists on kindness, insists on upliftedness, and teaches our children a basic sense of self-worth. Is just so meaningful to all of us as parents. So I wanted to welcome Margaret very much for being here. So let's paint the scenario. We've got Monday morning going on. We've got everybody just a little bit too adrenaline, too much coffee, too much tea. The kids, of course, are vicariously picking that up. You finally get the children in your room, and you've told me you even go so far as lock the door and settle them down. Tell me how you settle them down, and perhaps even lead us in a meditation like you taught.
Sure, I'd love to. Well, first of all, when we first came into this meeting area, we're going to do some movement activities, a lot of movement activities, because I need, and my other team teacher need to meet them where they're at. Okay, and so having done that, we're then going to sit down and we'll do some welcoming and signing their name, so each child is acknowledged. And directly after that, we talk about how we'll get ready for meditation, or quiet sitting as we call it at our school. So the children look at a picture and they say, we have to crisscross our legs, applesauce. We need to, so we're going to cross our legs. Okay. We're going to have a straight spine, or as time goes on, they will talk about elongating their spine. And then we're going to put our fingers together in Chim Mudra and rest them gently on our knees. So please turn your palms upward, and then I'll do the meditation. And I'm going to talk you through this about relaxing your body parts. Okay. So first of all, you're going to take in a deep breath, and you're going to raise your hands up to the sky. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Smell the flowers, blow out the candle, breathe in the oxygen, breathe out the carbon dioxide, and later on breathe in the O2 and breathe out the CO2. Now put your fingers back together in Chin Mudra and close your eyes. Turn your palms upwards so they're not touching anything. Feel the light coming in your forehead and going down your face. It tickles your cheeks and then disappears inside. Now feel it trickling down your throat to your chest and your heart. Your heart is beating as it pumps the blood throughout your body. Relax, relax, relax. And as your heart pumps that blood throughout your body, it goes down your chest, down into your stomach and your intestines, down all the way to your sitting bones. Relax, relax, relax. Now feel that energy going down the fronts of your legs to your kneecaps. It circles around your kneecaps and then trickles down to your shins. As it reaches your ankles, I want you to wiggle your feet. Wiggle your toes now. Clench them tight. Remember to walk gently on the earth today. There will be walking feet inside our room, and running will happen outside. Relax, relax, relax. Now feel that energy tickling the soles of your feet as it slowly comes up your heels, up past your calf, to your thighs. Now it's just going to rest at the base of your spine for a few moments. And each time that you hear a sound out in your environment, just relax your body a little bit more. Relax, relax, relax. Slowly now that energy will go up your spine, one vertebrae at a time. And when it finally reaches to your shoulders, we're going to tense up those muscles. Relax, relax, relax. And as it's reached your shoulders now, raise your shoulders to your ears. Hold them super tight now, and then drop them down. Up to your ears now, and drop it down. And for the last time, raise it to your ears, and drop it down. Did you feel the energy coming down your forearm, circling your elbow? Now feel it going down to your wrist. Wiggle your fingers, please. Remember now, put them back in Chin Mudra. Remember today we're going to put away the materials when we finish using them, so that others may be able to find them. Relax, relax, relax. Now feel that energy tickling the palm of your hand as it comes up your arms, and now up into your shoulders, and all the way to your ears. And now what I'd like you to do is just listen to the sounds. Listen to the sounds that may be inside a classroom. Think about as you hear the fan, as it moves the air and cools the body. Listen and see if you can hear any bubbling sound from the fish tank. Relax, relax, relax. Now what I want you to do is take your awareness, which is relevant to now, outside, and listen. Are there chimes up on in the distance? Are they ringing or are they still? Just listen and see if you can hear the birds as they talk to one another. Relax, relax, relax. Now take your awareness to far away, over the fence, and listen and see if you can hear things outside in our community. Are there cars driving by? Are people going for a walk? Perhaps they're going for a swim in the ocean. Oh, that sand as they come back out of the water feels so nice and cool. And it leaves little imprints in the sand. Ah, those are your feet, your footprints that you've left. Relax, relax, relax. And now I'm going to begin my count. And at the end of my counting, I will ring a chime, and then it'll be time for you to open your eyes. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, relax, relax, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40. And as I don't have a chime with me here, I'm just going to clap my hands, and then it'll be time for you to open your eyes. Slowly open your eyes. Let them adjust to the light.
What is the basic philosophy that's behind the Sunshine School altogether?
Well, Sunshine School was initially put together by a group of people that went through a human potential movement that basically worked on your self-esteem. This is a way back and Sunshine School was formed in 1978. There was a couple of professors from UH and a local pediatrician who had gone through the Psi seminars and said this would be a great philosophy for young children. So it was just a matter of stating things in the positive, because children need to know what to do, not what not to do. They hear no so often, but they're still unclear of what to do. So this is what the philosophy is about: being respectful for each other, for caring for each other, individuality, the idea that you can do anything if you wish to.
Wow. So grateful that my son went there. You know, I've accused you as your doctor.
Well, sometimes that's true.
Well, I want to say, what motivates you? What has motivated you all these years?
Children. Children. And what's the footprint that I'm leaving on this earth? And what am I going to leave to these children? You know, caring for the land. But first of all, you've got to care for yourself and your family. There has to be harmony there. And then from there, it's every little thing. It's from picking up the trash as you see it on the ground. It's about recycling. It's about being able to breathe fresh air. It's about growing vegetables and eating healthy food. But all those things motivate me. But most of all, when you look into a child's eyes and that unconditional love. It's amazing. It's just incredible.
So you get to eat your version of ice cream all day.
Yeah, I do. I do. And sometimes I go home and eat it too.
You have an accent. You were born in New Zealand.
Sure.
And I know you love Hawaii. What's some of your favorite Hawaiian expressions?
You know, there's lots. I went to a movie last night, and kapu was a word that came up, and about being sacred. And children are sacred. You're given this wonderful gift that you get to participate in for a short time in their life. And then you hopefully have given them the wings to fly. And they spread their wings and they go off and they do their own thing. And hopefully along the way, some of your beliefs and what's important in life sort of rub off. Or when they're in a stressful situation, they remember that little voice that says, be kind to each other.
So how do you rate success in terms of education in a child or an adult altogether? How do you know you've succeeded?
Oh, one of the things is when you have children come back when they're in college and volunteer for the summer, or you run into them in the street and they say, do you know who I am? And you quickly think, okay, now I've got to bring this child down to size. Who are they? I said, can you give me an idea of their name? And they say, I don't think you know what a difference you made in my life.
What a payback.
My life our family life was falling apart, but I came to school every single day. And my mother tells me this, that I came to school and it was a safe place. I would be fed with healthy food. There was people that would care for me and love me, but really heard what I had to say. You know, there's a saying that says, do you hear what I say? And does it mean anything to you? Well, I hope that I acknowledge each child and that I hear what they say.
You cannot doubt that.
So I'm only passing on what someone has done for me. You know, there was someone in my life, or many people in my life actually, but there was one particular person.
Who's that?
That was amazing, Annie Ray. She was a neighbor about 2 houses down, and I used to sneak through the hedge and go spend some time at her house, and she'd be sitting and sewing at the sewing machine as she cut up an old shirt of her husband's to make into a dress. Of course, I grew up with, you know, really recycling, okay?
Yeah.
And she would remind me that I was important.
Wow.
And that I had a voice.
Wow, there was your basic philosophy.
Yes.
This lady probably had no idea her pebble in the pond
Oh my gosh.
has reverberated here to Sunshine School and then to us, all of us.
And with a combination of people, I mean, she was amazing for me. I mean, I'm sure she was my savior in life. But my parents too. My mom was always helping others, sometimes to the detriment of her family. And I think I perpetuate that a little bit.
Yeah.
And my father always said, walk gently on the earth, take what you need, and remember to always share with others.
You know, recently, meaning the last couple of years, you've come through one of the biggest challenges in some sense a human can come through. You got the C word diagnosis. You came through a cancer diagnosis.
Right.
And I've been lucky enough to be a part of your caregiving team on this recovery.
But I'm the one that's fortunate.
It's hard for you to have the interview be about you, isn't it?
Well, I think it's important that we acknowledge people, that the important part that they play in our lives. I wear a ring, it's a grateful ring, and it just keeps me in tune with how many, how many people have assisted me in my life.
What was your takeaway from that battle? What was the lessons? What
the
was
universe was telling me, slow down.
The universe is telling you to slow down.
This is, and I never thought I would have cancer. It was not in my realm of consciousness, to be honest with you. But I did. And I had a great plan of how I was going to fit all the treatments in. And wonderful people helped me with that. By driving me there, by bringing me food, sending me flowers every week, and all these wonderful things. But sometimes I'm not in charge of everything.
Oh, so one of the lessons is surrender there.
Yes, yes.
Is that
and I needed a big lesson. I needed, the treatments were really challenging for me. The outcome from that was more than I had expected. And
I remember treating you with radiation burns.
Just a mess. And I was always telling the technicians, what kind of wine do you like? Can we just pretend today that they've done this? I'm sort of done with all this treatment.
I'm cooked.
And I was participating in a research program at the same time for using curcuminum, and I would say to the nurse, I was saying, you just need to give me the real thing. And he's saying, well, how, you don't know what you're getting. It's, it's a blind study. I said, my body knows.
My body knows.
My body knows. And if you gave me the real thing, I believe there would be a different outcome. But from those challenges, I think I needed that much of a shake-up to say, hey, stop. Where have you drifted off track? Where are your priorities?
So interesting to me. I very rarely, I can actually say I've never had a patient who's had a chronic or challenging disease, life-threatening, that hasn't said it was a gift.
Yeah.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Well, and if it's not me personally, you know, the universe brings hurricanes and disasters to countries, you know, and people work together for the greater benefit. And often we don't do those kind of things because we're so busy with our lives and we're so full of our own importance, or I am. Maybe I can only talk about that.
Oh, Margaret, if you could give 2 cents worth of advice to all of us as parents, you could say, oh, just do this more and that less. What would those couple of things be?
Oh, what it would be is to really listen to your child. Spend time, and it's not a long length of time, but really hear what they're saying. You know, they come into this universe, they're already pre-wired. They're not sponges to soak everything up. They're already pre-wired. I mean, are they here the first time or the last time? I don't know. But they have gifts for you. They have wonderful gifts. You've just got to listen. Listen to their heart. Listen to their soul.
And then the last question would be, there's a saying here, lucky live Hawaii. What lifted your spirits about Hawaii today?
Oh, it's so beautiful. Look, the sun shines, it's green, those mountains are magnificent. Can you imagine that eruption out of the ocean that created this? And the people.
The people.
The people. What gifts they've been for me and my family. I'm just so grateful and fortunate.
Well, I want to reiterate in closing what a heroine you've been for us.
Sometimes that's hard to breathe in.
Sometimes that receiving is hard, but you're one of the people who have really raised the quality of life here in Hawaii, and I want to thank you for all the energy you've put into all of our children. So thank you so very much. Mahalo.
Thank you for trusting me.
Aloha.
Aloha.